Hello there, friends. So today what we're going to be talking about is upholstery suppliers. So I get a lot of comments where people are asking me where I'm buying my materials or where they could buy materials. A lot of people are expecting links on Amazon, I think, right? Where you can buy something. But this isn't like that because the customer comes into my shop and I show them sample cards like this. So this is what the suppliers send out to me so that way I can show my customers. And of course, so that's why I can't link something like this to Amazon. So anyway, that gives my customers the freedom to look through the materials and they get to choose what they want, right? So anyway, here we go. So one thing I do have to mention is that none of these materials that you see on my videos so far, as of today's date anyway, none of this stuff is sponsored. I really do pay for everything that I do. I will give you my list of my suppliers and I will link everything down below. I'll put the links and I'll put contact information. So to start off, I'd have to say that I'm probably right now getting like 99% of my supplies from Keystone Brothers. Okay, not sponsored. So anyway, um, what they do is I give them a call. They're in the Houston area. I give them a call and they deliver to me. So that's been working out pretty good. So they have pretty fast delivery. Most of the time, I get it the next day. So I've been using Keystone Brothers really for about 45 years. Um, I lived in Denver in my early career days back in the early 80s, and I always went to Keystone Brothers while I was there. They do have several locations throughout the United States, and they all ship. So you might have one that's near you. If not, like I say, they could ship it. So you can give them a try. So if you decide to give them a try, go ahead and let them know that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. While we're on the subject of Keystone Brothers, they just recently sent me out a 1 pound full of this black thread here that is from a manufacturer called Aman Group. So I've never tried this before. So I guess I'm going to be giving it a try on some future projects. So there is a Keystone Brothers also in Denver, Colorado. So the other one I wanted to mention in Denver, Colorado, goes back another 45 years, was Colorado Auto Trim and Supply. Old Ben there, he was a great guy. Loved him, as a good friend of mine way, way, way back then. Anyway, they had a full supply, full line of automotive fabrics and vinyls. So I can count on them for just about anything from Landau top foam, even the Landau vinyls. But like I'm saying, that was like 1980s, right? So, a lot of that stuff has been discontinued since then. But, you can always give them a try and tell them that Richard Rudolph sent you. And next up for Denver, Colorado, was Western Auto Supply. So they had a really nice selection of automotive and vinyls and fabrics also. So when I was working in that part of town, up in the north part of town, it was a little more convenient for me to go to that area, and the Denver Aurora area. So you might give them a try, and if you do, tell them that Richard Rudolph sent you. And now moving on to the Phoenix area, because I went from the Denver area as a youngster. I went and find my fortune in Phoenix, in Scottsdale, Arizona, and these are those suppliers. So again, at the top of the list, I suppose, is Keystone Brothers, because it's just so common. Keystone Brothers, they have a location there in Phoenix. So that's one place that you can go to. And you can also mention that Richard Rudolph sent you. And now would be a great time to hit that like button, hit the thumbs up, and like, because that'll help me and it helps my channel helps other people get videos like this one that I'm making for you right now. Another great supplier in Denver, Colorado is BD Company. I was buying from them 45 years ago. And what was really unique about them is that they were a convertible top and vinyl top manufacturer. I used to buy vinyl tops and convertible tops from them because that long ago they were making them. I'm not too sure about that now. Maybe they're just only selling materials now. But one thing that they had a lot of were like fasteners, little plastic fasteners, the Vico brand. They had they can get like anything you ever wanted in specialty tools. So you can try BD Company. It's B-D Company. Um, B-D Company. Okay, and tell them that Richard Rudolph sent you. And next up for the Phoenix area was Phoenix Trim and Supply. I bought from them, gosh, I don't know, 35 years ago when I moved out there. But anyway, they had a full line and supply of automotive vinyls and fabrics. So they had a lot of original fabrics that you can get, which is great because, well, back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of cars came with fabric interiors, more than the vinyl or leather that you see nowadays. So anyway, they're a great supplier and they also ship across the country. So next, if you want to give them a try, just tell them that Richard Rudolph sent you. Another great place in the Phoenix area in Glendale was Santa Barbara Upholstery Supplies. So they're great people. They invited me to their daughter's wedding. So anyway, that's not a plug, but you know what? They're awesome. So what they have is they have all the upholstery supplies, anything that you need for furniture as well as automotive. And they have a huge selection of fabrics, probably the largest selection of fabrics that I've seen anywhere. So I would give them a try. And if you decide to give them a try, just tell them that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. And next for the Phoenix area is H&R supplies, upholstery supplies. So what they had mostly, I believe, is like home style fabrics. But they did have some vinyls and they have some small supply of automotive stuff. But you know what? They had a lot of specialty tools and they had a lot of the fasteners and stuff that are used in the furniture industry, like tassels and clips and buttons and nails and snaps and all that kind of stuff. They also carry all the SEM products for the spray vinyl dyes. So you can give them a try. And if you do, tell them that Richard Rudolph sent you. Another great place in the Phoenix area in Glendale was Santa Barbara Upholstery Supplies. So they're great people. They invited me to their daughter's wedding. So anyway, that's not a plug, but you know what? They're awesome. So what they have is they have all the upholstery supplies, anything that you need for furniture as well as automotive. And they have a huge selection of fabrics, probably the largest selection of fabrics that I've seen anywhere. So I would give them a try. And if you decide to give them a try, just tell them that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. And now for some very special materials like leather. I found that one of the best leather suppliers is Douglas Leather. They also carry materials that are FAA certified for aircraft. So they have like the carpet materials, they have the leather, they have flooring, all that kind of stuff. And that would be a great one to have. So go ahead and try that. And if you do, tell them Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. And another great company to try would be Coast to Coast. Okay, with automotive, furniture, aircraft, marine. You can see I got one of the things here. I'd have to say honestly that I have never purchased anything from this company, but you know what? They send me all of their samples and stuff, so they gotta be great, right? So I think that this would be a great place to try. And if you did, just tell them that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. And another great supplier that you could try is Rockford Supply. Okay, so to tell you the truth, I've never really bought it. I've never bought anything from them. But you know what? I've seen their catalog of products because they sent me everything. It's just that I haven't had the opportunity to sell any of their stuff. Sorry. But anyway, Rockford Supply, I would have to say that the customer service is like, 5 star. So anyway, give them a try. And if you do, tell them that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. And now for convertible tops. Okay, so one to try is topsonline.com. So they have me listed as a certified convertible top installer. And so if you need a convertible top, I always tell my customers just to skip the middleman because a lot of upholstery shops out there. Okay, you guys are going to hate me for saying this, right? But they mark up their tops, a couple $100 or whatever. Well, I've never marked up my tops in 45 years, so I make my money off the labor. So that's why it never bothered me to tell somebody you can go to Tops Online and order your top, skip the middleman. Okay, and that's just a service I've always given to my customers. But anyway, topsonline.com, they're great guys to work with, and they carry all the famous name brands, the GAHH for foreign tops like Porsche and Jaguar, Mercedes. And they also carry the Robins and the Easy on tops. I've been using those tops for 45 years, and they're the most reliable. I've never had a problem installing one of those tops. So, if you wanted to get by and, get cheap and buy a top on Amazon, something that's guaranteed not to fit, some no brand name top, something that's made in China, right? So the person that's making the top has never even seen a Porsche or whatever, right? But they're making a top for one. So anyway, don't go there. Okay, try topsonline.com. And if you do go buy one from them, tell them that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. And another great company for convertible tops and vinyl tops, it would be Key Auto Tops, Kee Auto Tops. So Dave at Key Auto Tops, he's a great guy to work with. I've known him for a very long time. And what they are is they are a manufacturer. So they actually make those tops. So you get a little bit more freedom on what it is that you're gonna be ordering. Be it color or texture or whatever, the vehicle, actually even the vehicle that you're getting the top for, because their catalog is like 300-page catalog or something with hundreds of cars that they have patterns for convertible tops. So they make everything from convertible tops, and I even looked at the catalog and they make a vinyl top for a hearse, if you can believe it. So anyway, if you want to give Key Auto Top a try, give Dave a call and tell him that Richard Rudolph at Rudolph's Upholstery sent you. I've also had situations where customers will bring in their own materials, and they have told me that they've got them from Joann's, and they've got them from even Walmart, and they've got them from Hobby Lobby. So those are some of the other places where you might be able to find some kind of materials for your project. So I get a lot of comments of people asking me where to get upholstery supplies, and usually in the comments, because I didn't make a video like this before, I would always type and tell them just to type in to Google upholstery suppliers near me, and you'll find an upholstery shop supplier that is a lot closer to you. Maybe could be in your own neighborhood. You just never know. Just give it a shot. So until next time, we'll see ya.